go. One over here. Here we go here. Another one there. See the wires? They on a different side today. They was across the street the other day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the other day they was on this side putting up. Now they over here though. Alright, here we go. It's a whole bunch of them. Look, right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we doing, yo? What's the necessity of this? What's essential about this? What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, that's just a glimpse of what I seen yesterday. Yeah, so as I just showed you, the unmarked trucks or non-commercial utility trucks, unidentified utility trucks with the wires up on the poles, putting wires up. Tons of trucks out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many trucks does it take to be out there to do what needs to be done? You know, like, I counted like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe six trucks. And prior to getting to that point, I passed by a National Grid truck, which is like the commercial electric company for the area. They were headed in a different direction, going someplace else. And like I said, yesterday they were across the street on the other side of the street putting up the poles and the wires on that side. Now they're across the street from that spot doing the same thing, just slightly a little further down. What is so essential about that? What is it that they're doing that they're out there putting up these wires? What was the wire problem? Is anybody having power issues out there? Is there any power outages? Like, has there been any reports of that? It just seemed a little suspicious, you know, especially with everything going on the West Coast over in California with the kids dying from cancers in a certain school district once they put up the 5G tower out there. Then you got the government saying that 5G is harmless, but yet children are catching cancer and dying, and parents are protesting, demanding that these things get taken down, these towers, because the radiation is poisoning and killing their children. Look up what microwave illness is, what radiation sickness is, what the symptoms are, what they do to you. And then look at the connection with everything that's going on. Why you have people who are infected with this coronavirus. You have people at home that seem to be living, but people who get tested and admitted in hospitals, they're dying. What are hospitals full of? Radiation, radioactive equipment. It's a radioactive environment with all the radioactive machinery in there. So of course they're not making it out there. They're isolated in the room. You don't know what they're being exposed to, what levels of radiation they're being exposed to in these rooms. But yet people at home are recovering. You know, so it's definitely something going on, a link with this 5G, this corona thing, and definitely just the fact that these towers, these 5G towers are causing cancer. Even if you don't want to associate it with coronavirus. I mean, just the fact that you have parents, one father, like 2 of his children over in California, cancer. And you know where the Silicon Valley is, it's over in California. Where they say this shit started at? In California. Then came over this way. Well, they say it started over in China, then California, then came over this way. But yet, you got this tech guy, Bill Gates, they keep asking his predictions on CNN about this virus. Like he's some type of viral specialist or something like that. People keep listening to these people that are getting on these mainstream news stations, spreading lies and misinformation, because everything that they say has to be within the guidelines and parameters of what the government allows them to say. And now as far as these 5G poles and different things like that, they can look like a telephone pole or could look like a regular lamp pole, you know, like a regular street light. And nobody knows. They just think someone put up a street light or a new pole because in needed new poles or needed new wiring, or the lamps look nice, they light up the street very well. I noticed in certain neighborhoods they're chopping down a lot of trees. Now, what's the irony in that? Telephone poles, these poles are made out of trees. You chop it down the trees to make more poles, to put these poles up. But the light pole thing is very like inconspicuous. Like it's like they're camouflaging this shit right in front of your eyes, because they know some people will wild out if they see a big 5G box sitting on top of a pole. They're gonna question it. You know, they're gonna think, whoa, is that radioactive? What is that? But you put a nice little cute street lamp up there, and they're like, oh, it makes the neighborhood look nicer. Especially if they're totally unaware of 5G, the dangers of 5G, the radiation that's associated with it, and the 5G agenda, the bill that's been passed, forcing 5G on everybody. Now you're looking at what 5G is, the capability of what that does. You know, 9/11, you had the Patriot Act. That was an invasion of your privacy. See, now you got this 5G bill. That's a further invasion of your privacy. Now you have no privacy. Look up the capabilities of 5G, the communications, the GPS, the locator, the facial recognition, and everything that it does. Like the movie Child's Play, the new Child's Play movie they made, the remake. See what the dial was able to do, the Chucky dial? How it was able to connect to all these things and do all these different things? You know, it's like asking Siri, asking Alexa, asking Chucky, you know, my buddy. They use these words for a reason, your buddy, because they want you to think that this technology is your friend. Back in the day, they used to call it Big Brother. They used to tell you, Big Brother's coming, Big Brother's coming, Big Brother's watching over you. But don't take my word for nothing. Look into it yourself. Do your own research.